Hi, welcome back to another Cajun toy review. Today we're going to be looking at Neca Toys, Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning, Jason Voorhees. And there is actually two different Jason figures for this particular movie, because in this movie there is actually a dream Jason and then the actual imposter Jason, Roy Burns. And this figure right here is going to be based off of the nightmare, the dream Jason that appears to Tommy Jarvis throughout the film. And it's kind of interesting. I have different Jasons I'll be reviewing throughout this month, and I'm not going really chronologically in order right now, so I just kind of randomly picked. But I picked this one because it's kind of the weakest, has the smallest impact in the film, so that's kind of what we're going with there. It's the I guess the one I have the least to say about. I guess that's the best way to say it. So let's get into it and talk about this Jason. Now, the front of the box is interesting because this is not the original poster or cover for it with this Tommy Jarvis on it. The actual poster, I don't think they have on here. They don't. It looks more like this with this crazy red mask and stuff like that. It looks just looks insane. And because we don't see this in the film at all, this mask right here is not in there. This is only on the cover of the poster. But yeah, I do like this front. It does look cool a lot with the whole shadow of the machete and everything and stuff like that. Because that's kind of what everybody thought at the time, that we were going to see Tommy Jarvis become Jason. And of course, they went in a different direction. But anyway, moving on. So we got inside the box, we got the Friday the 13th Part 5 New Beginning. We got Jason sitting there. This is clearly the Jason from the end of Part 4. You can see with that damaged mask. On the back, we got a couple different product shots on here with a little bit of a read-up. A young Tommy Jarvis may have escaped from Crystal Lake, but he's still haunted by the gruesome events that happened there. When gory murders start happening at the secluded halfway house for troubled teens where he now lives, it seems like his nightmare nemesis, Jason Voorhees, is back for more sadistic slaughters. Has Jason returned from the grave? So yeah, fun movie. It's actually one of my favorite Friday the 13th movies, even though Jason's not really in it, just because it's more campy. And as a young man, had a lot more nudity. But anyway, this scene in the beginning is really cool. If you haven't seen it, I'll put it in the notes or in the description. It's pretty cool. It was all kind of filmed down the street from Corey Feldman's house because he was too busy filming Goonies to be in this film. That's another reason they went a different direction. But yeah, so a couple different shots in here. Like I said, of Jason, we got him with the worms coming out of his face, him with the axe, this crazy red mask, and then the classic Jason with the machete. The same thing on this side, different on top. You see and all the people who designed and made this on the back, bottom. And opening up, we got this shot of Jason coming out of the grave. And then our figure right here. And this whole scene, dream sequence, kind of takes place in the dark, in the rain. And we see Jason does kind of look wet in there, but he does come with the machete, this long looking ice pick weapon, screwdriver thing right here, this bloody axe, and then he has 4 different heads. So we got the worm face, we have this red crazy mask from the cover of the movie, the damaged mask with the cut from the end of 4, and then this really dirty mask right here, which is pretty much when he comes out the grave. I'll explain the bloody 1 and 2 in a minute. And then, of course, this grave, which looks really cool. The dirt on that looks really awesome. So anyway, that's pretty much all I can say about the box, really. I don't know. Let's break Jason out and check him out. And here's our Jason out of the box. And he looks really awesome. There's lots and lots of detail here. Very little action in an action figure, but just like an amazing, like, just set piece, and just, something that I'm going to have on my shelf or my desk and stuff like that at different times. But yeah, it definitely captures the look, and that's what Neca is known for. Just the most realistic and just attention to detail figures. And they nailed it with this Jason. The biggest thing that I'll just point out, and we'll get in, is he just looks wet. Like, he looks like he's in the rain or whatnot, and it just looks like the Jason from the beginning of this film. And looking at the accessories that come with our Jason, there's quite a bit, and normally that is the case with anything Neca, especially with the movie figures. But let's talk about what we got here. So we first have this hand right here that is injured. You can see it's kind of got a split down the middle. This is actually from Part 4, where Jason gets his hand split. And since this basically is the Part 4 figure, just kind of reused with that kind of wet look, they included this hand because I think it's missing from the part 4 figure, if I'm right. I could be wrong, but that's why we get this split hand when it doesn't actually happen in this film. And then of course we have the always classic machete, and this is used by Jason in the beginning of the film when he's dug up. He kills one of the very giggly happy grave robbers and stuff like that. I've only known 2 grave robbers in my life, and they were pretty emo. They weren't so giggly happy, but anyway, yeah. I mean, it's very clean. Normally, I expect it to be kind of bloody or dirty and stuff like that, but this looks like it's straight from the store. This came in from Amazon Prime yesterday. Got this ice pick. This is also a weapon that Jason uses in the film. Say he uses at the beginning, but there is a at the beginning. And then we have this bloody axe, which is seen alongside this bloody mask in one of the nightmare dream sequences when Tommy sees Jason in the mirror, and that's when Jason is bloody and he's holding this axe. Let's see, and then we'll talk about the grave. So yeah, this grave is at the very beginning in the dream sequence when we see a young Tommy Jarvis in the rain and the dark, and he sees Jason's grave. He's kind of looking over it. He hears some people coming with flashlights, and then these 2 grave robbers come giggling through the forest to dig up Jason. And this looks exactly like it. It's very, very cheap and easy, and the detail on this thing is amazing. Just the way it has the split in the boards. I mean, the dirt by itself, but the split in the boards and the writing on it and stuff like that. You got the dripping from the paint, and then when you flip it around, you didn't need this detail, but they did, where you can actually see where it was put together with these boards on the back and nailed in, and just it looks fantastic. I mean, this is something that's in the movie for like 5 minutes maybe, and it's an afterthought, but they did not cut any corners making this, and it's really impressive. And about that scene, a little bit of trivia. Corey Feldman was supposed to reprise the role, and they were going to make the movie with him as the primary character and stuff like that, besides Jason, but things went different, and he was in the movie. They filmed that scene on a Sunday because he was tied up doing Goonies. But they filmed that on a Sunday, and they actually filmed it at down the street from his house, and they did it like all like in somebody's backyard. So it's pretty crazy. That whole scene with the rain and everything and stuff was all done in someone's yard, and I think it's pretty funny and awesome. But yeah, random trivia. Looking at the mask, so when they dig Jason up and look at him, he is in the grave, and of course this is what he looks like. He's all just decaying, and they got worms crawling all out of his mask. It is pouring on rain, and that's why we kind of see like this discoloration on there. That is to represent the water. But just the detail on this mask. Of course, we got the split in there from part 4, one of the best continuities that the Friday the 13th movies have. And then just the detail on the head itself, with all this, and I think that's supposed to be hair. I'm not too sure on that one, but yeah, really cool. I mean, just the detail on that's really nice. You can see the straps, of course, and the ears. I mean, just like the details, like the skin right here, where the texture on the skin. Awesome stuff, man. So anyway. And then this head, let's go to this one next. This head is the same version without the worms. He comes out the grave and stuff like that. You kind of see him staring at Tommy. So this is the same mask in the rain. So we got that kind of discoloration again for the rain. But the worms are gone. They've all fallen out and everything and stuff like that. And same head sculpt as before. We got the kind of discoloration. See, right here it looks like hair. Here it looks like scars or markings and stuff like that. But again, you can see our straps. And then this head right here is, like I said, this is from the cover, and this we don't actually see in the movie at all. This looks more like a traditional hockey mask. Same kind of head sculpt we see with like the hair and scar or whatever. The messed up face right here. But the red eyes, like I said, you don't see this in the film, just in the movie poster. Now this is funny because this looks like Humongous. Was it Humongous from Mad Max? And also Clark Griswold looks like this. So that's just funny with that prominent nose and the whole sign. Now, lastly, this mask I want to talk about, and there's two interesting things about this one. One, this is what you normally, when you think of Jason, you're going to see with that hockey mask with, the red and just the coloration on it. It's not wet or anything like that. This is just our kind of default Jason. This is what he sees in the nightmare sequence, and of course he's bloody and everything from the part 4. Now, they had a little bit of mess up. They didn't use the same mask when they did the scene in the rain and the scene in the hospital where he sees him and stuff like that. And it's just a crazy detail that Neca even caught or did or knew. I mean, it just shows you the love and like just the dedication and like the attention to detail they do. So there was a issue. The straps were incorrect in the scenes. So in the hospital scene, the actual straps was on top of the mask and stuff like that. And in the backyard, the actual strap was inside the mask. And they put that detail in these heads. That is freaking amazing. So kudos again to Neca. Impressed me again with another one of their figures and stuff like that. And I hope y'all think that's cool too, because I really think it's awesome. So let's look at our Jason. And looking at our figure, I mean, like I said, the detail on this figure is top notch. I love the way it looks. The rain on it, like the way the wet look on it, looks really awesome. But for all purposes, this is basically the same Jason that we got for part 4, which is what it's supposed to be. This is kind of an offshoot Jason. That's not really the one that we see in the movie, because for the last time, it's the Dream Jason. But let's look at it. Let's look at some of the detail on this guy. We've already kind of done the heads and everything, so we'll look at the rest of the body. This is before Jason really became a zombie, and we started seeing a lot of his skeleton and like all these crazy wounds. This was still pretty much hulking big Jason. Now there is like discoloration in the skin and everything and stuff like that, and he's got some wounds on him in his hand and his head, but nothing like we're going to see later on with some of the more insane zombie supernatural Jasons after the next film. But what we do have here, like I said, is really good. It's just a big dude in a work shirt kind of, and some pants and stuff like that. But the detail like on the shirt is amazing. We just got like all these buttons and everything, stuff like that. We can see, I mean, man, we're being buried in the ground and all this stuff going on. Jason's still pressed up, man. Just we have a lot of detail in the legs, stuff with the creases in the pants, stuff like that. Just everything is really clean. It's almost too clean in the sculpt and stuff like that. You would think he would have like some torn pants or like a lot of dirt on him and stuff like that, but that's just not the case. And I don't know, it's a little distracting. I think if you put like a different head on him and stuff, and you might be able to get away with a different figure. And that doesn't happen later on with the later Jasons, but for this one, it's just like, this could have been from this on, it's just a regular guy. But the detail, like, I wish he just came with other hands for both arms, because I would like a closed fist here or something else. Jason's not normally to punch people or anything like that, but just always having that kind of open hand. And I mean, this Jason's only in 5 minutes, like I said, but it is what it is, and I think it's good. But there's not really a lot I can say about the sculpt or the paint on them besides they nailed the movie look, and I do like how they put this sheen on it to make it look wet. Those things are freaking awesome. Of course, the boots are really, really awesome and detailed. Now, looking at the articulation on Jason, these aren't going to be extreme or anything crazy and stuff like that. That's not what these figures are known for, but we can look down about this much, up, not so much. He does have a nice head pivot. And pretty much all the heads are going to be exactly the same. There's no like crazy difference in the sculpt or the shape of them. So it's going to be the same range of motion on there. Full arm rotation. It's a single jointed elbow, and that range is going to be pretty limited. You're going to have some slash and some grabs, and that's going to be about it. There is rotation on the wrist. Now, pulling these hands out and replacing the hand can be a pain in the butt. I picked the one you want to put on there and maybe leave it on there. I had trouble getting mine back on after I switched it. but it might be just my figure too. The arms are the same though. On range, there is like an ab crunch. It feels like in there. No, not. Yeah, there is, but it's yeah, we got a little bit. And there's a rotation on the waist. Jason can split up that much. No thigh cut or anything like that. Not going to be really kicking much. Single jointed knee. And there is some foot ankle movement, but not much with these pants. Some of that is really not going to give you. But there's peg holes on the bottom of the feet, and it fits on all the standard Neca stands. So, I think this is a cool figure. This is my first Jason figure that I talk about. I'm going to do a couple of them throughout the month, and we'll put them all side by side and compare them as we go. But I do like this a lot. I think this, out of the ones, I picked this one first because I kind of think it's the most boring one for a reason. But we'll look at them as we go. So anyway, I hope you like this video. And let me know what you think about this figure. Which Jason is your favorite? Which Friday the 13th is your favorite? And why? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear those things. Anyway, happy horror month. I hope you're enjoying, and I hope you stick around. And if you haven't already, subscribe. And if you like this video, please leave a like. Check out our other content. Consider subscribing. If you already are a subscriber and everything, appreciate you. Thank you for all y'all do. I love the comments and the feedback and everything like that with you guys. You guys make it all worthwhile. Appreciate you. You can check us out. We have a link to our Facebook in the description. Also on TikTok, just search for Cajun Toy Review. Kind of doing like toy hunts and stuff like that so far. Really figuring out how to utilize that platform. But looking forward to interacting with you guys on there. If you want to support the channel, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Cajun Toy Review, and on there, any money that goes towards a new camera with a mic input. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. See you in the next video. Take care of yourself.